AI is going to take over. Whoever controls that AI is going to control significant narratives. I absolutely think things are going to get worse. I'll tell you funny. So we haven't talked about my company at all. Men of Action, part of the reason why I built it was because social media, like, dude, I used to go out with Mystery back in 2007 and 8, and it was incredible because you'd go to a bar, and you know what you'd see at bars? You guys are never going to believe this. You know what you'd see at bars in 2007 and 8? Attractive women who weren't fat. It was crazy. You want to know why? Because those women wanted validation, and the only place they could get validation was going out. Instagram destroyed that. And this is one of the things, like the cold approach techniques that I learned from back then, they're still great and they're very useful, but they're actually more useful for me at Ty Lopez's event, talking to dudes to try to do business deals, and they are trying to talk to women. If I want to talk to women, you know what I do? I throw a huge party, and then I invite a bunch of girls on Instagram, and my Instagram looks baller so that they all want to come, and then they all come to the party, and there's like 7 girls for every guy. But if I go to a bar, it's just dudes and fat women. There's nothing. So the world changed. And I saw the world change, and I was like, man, is anything ever going to make this go back? When I started MOA, I started it because I saw how difficult it was for this bottom third of men to participate in short-term dating at all. Yeah. And dating apps are just getting progressive. If anyone knows, whenever a new dating app comes on, attractive women will jump on it for like a few minutes. They'll get by Chad Thunder and Brock the bartender. They'll get by those guys over and over again. The guys will never call them back, and they'll be like, this dating app. Then they'll get off, and all that's left on the dating app are girls with mental disorders or girls with kids. That's all that's left. And so there's a cycle for all these dating apps. So the dating apps have made women think that they can get hundreds of men to commit to them when they can't. And OnlyFans has taken these women that wouldn't have been sex workers and turned them into sex workers, which then takes them out of the normal dating market. You see what's going on here? And so things have got progressively worse. And so when I built the company where it's like, hey, social media is a great way to kind of supplement your dating life along with going to the gym and all this other stuff. Bro, it's like I was ahead of the curve. Like now it's like you have social media or you are completely if you don't have, dude, right now, if you're watching this and you do not have a fully fleshed out Instagram, stop asking. I have so many guys come to me as like, yeah, I want to get better at dating, but these women keep using me for my money. I was like, let me see your IG. I was like, oh, I saw what you said about IG and I'll work on that later. But what do I do now? It's like, well, fix your Instagram. It's like, okay, but I'll fix my Instagram later. But like right now, what I'm trying to do is do this with this girl. She said she was going to come visit me, but she wanted me to send her money. I was like, why don't you fix your Instagram? Yeah, I'll fix my Instagram later, Michael. I'll do that later. I'm like, bro, you don't understand. And every day it's getting worse. And I know it's getting worse because I have a good Instagram and I make a good deal of money and I have a decent brand. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm doing nothing and women are throwing themselves at me. Dude, it is crazy. I mean, you've probably seen this too. Like as you grow, you show any level of competency. I know in your IG, you're out snowboarding and you're out having fun. And I know, that if women take 1 second to look at your IG, every other dude in the club is just, they're fucked. They have no chance against you. Yep. And it's like you see this and you're like, dude, I did all this work to build this business and I'm getting a lot of attention from women. The average dude is screwed. He has no chance against us. And who started it? The guy who literally started this was Bilzerian, who's one of my good friends. And it's true. I was on the phone with Dan one time. He goes, yeah, man, we can talk about Instagram if you want, but the Instagram was a video game and I beat it. He's literally how he says it. He goes, Instagram was a video game and I won. I beat the game. I got to the final boss and I won. And it's true, dude. Even today, I've been to Dan's house before and women are bringing other women to Dan still. And it's hard for people to grasp that. And it's not because I'm fucking some Casanova or I'm super smooth or I'm super good looking or whatever. The reason why is because I have so much social proof. It's so much pre-selection that I show on social media and I can scale it to millions of women. Yeah. That's why this is happening. And if you don't understand what I just said, you are completely screwed. I would have told you 5 years ago you were partially screwed. Today, you are completely screwed if you do not take your social media and your branding seriously. And now it's not just with dating, it's your business. 100%. If you don't do it now, you are completely screwed.
We see this all the time where doctors, lawyers, dentists, they come to us and they're like, well, how does the social media work? I heard about it. Like,
Yeah.
mate, this has been 15 years you've been hearing about it. You're a little late.
I have my email list. I just blast out to my email list, and then I'll get all the clients.
It's so fucking key. If you're going to a company, you know how I know? Whenever I want to go to a restaurant with my girlfriend, I let her pick. What does she do? Do you think she Googles it? Do you think she goes to fucking Yelp? No. She goes on Instagram
to look at the food.
To look at the food. She's like, this place looks great. Look, they have a bartender. They're wearing fucking bow ties or whatever. And she wants to go there. When we went to Japan, what place do we go to? The ones that got suggested by the Instagram algorithm of some guy, some cocktail dude. And we're like, I can't believe we're at the place. It was just a random cocktail place. But it blew up because they understood one thing. People see it. It's not that social media makes it easier. It's not that social media pushes you to more people. It's that when people look you up, right? They hear about your company. They see your company maybe on SEO, Google. They will look you up on social media. And if you don't have a presence, it's weird. It's like, what's wrong with that? What are they trying to hide? So if you're a business owner, it doesn't, I'm not even saying that if you're an influencer or a coach, well, then of course you got to do it. But just a business owner, if you have a boring brick and mortar business, you need to be on social media. I'm not saying you need to have hundreds of thousands of followers. I'm saying put fucking content on there once a week. Just have the person that is thinking about coming to you see who you are, see what you do.
Yes.
And especially if you have an online business, as an online coach, as an entrepreneur, as a digital consultant, as a digital marketer, whatever it is, you need to have social media, right? Back in the days, like hundreds of years ago, the number one predictor of wealth was how much land did you own?
Yes.
Because land equals resources.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's how much attention can you get?
Yes.
How many people are looking at your stuff? The more people you have looking at your stuff, the easier it will be for you to sell stuff. The more future-proof your business is. We're at Marcel Klein's place. All that Marcel does is just post to social media all the time. People see him and they're like, wow, I want your life. How much is your program? $16K. Sold. Like, we've been eating shit with cold traffic for 3 years until we figured it out.
Yeah.
Now we're making multiple 7 figures a year just from cold traffic, meaning people see an ad.
Yeah.
They buy the same day.
Yeah.
But it took me a very long time to build up
They want your life.
Exactly.
They want
it took me a very long time to build the sales team to be able to convert cold traffic. And now you throw social media on top of that, it's a fucking nuclear explosion because now I got a kick-ass sales team. They can convert someone that just heard about me a day before. Yeah. Now you have social media on top of that. It's insane. So if your sales team isn't a full sales team full of killers like mine, be good at fucking social media. You don't need even a good sales team. Yeah. You can have your grandma fucking taking calls, taking their credit cards. That's what you need to do nowadays. You've been so hard on that 10 years ago already. Yeah. I remember when we hung out at Owen's place in LA. That was way before Instagram was even something tangible. It was like Snapchat, Instagram would still do 4x4 photos and stuff like that. You were already about this, like, yo, social media. You were one amongst the very first people that did that. People are waking up to the idea. And if you're still not using it, you're going to be fucked. You're fucked already, but you're going to be fucked with every consecutive year to come.
It's so crazy. Your CPM, your cost per client, your cost per lead is so low when you build a brand.
It's insane.
And then the other thing for me is because I've had these people who've been watching me for so long, I'll have a sales guy and say, yeah, I'm having trouble with this guy. And I'll just jump on the Zoom call, closed, immediately, closed. Ryan Pineda was telling me something similar. It's like, now I can help close the dude. Like, I become the best sales guy on my sales team just from being able to do that. But I didn't realize how crazy it was. Two things made me realize. One was going to the Playboy Mansion and seeing how every girl was super nice to me because they were trying to figure out how the fuck I got in there. Hanging out with Blazarian and seeing women like literally fight to get inside, screaming at the door. That was a kind of an eye-opening moment for me. And the other thing was girls who saw my posts on social media coming up to me and were visibly nervous to talk to me. And I was like, man, dude, this is not difficult dating now. Like I go on dates now with girls and it's just I don't have to gauge. I don't need to look for IOIs. They watched my last 20 stories.
They've been warmed up already.
I don't need to. I know how this date is going to end. I'm not confused.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how other guys can't grasp this. But here's the problem. They're discouraged by what we said. And what you need to do, there's this mid-tier level of fame that didn't exist even 20 years ago. That this mid-tier level of fame, like we're not as famous as like Kai Cenat or Aiden Ross or Patrick Bet-David. Those will be like mid-tier levels of fame. Or more people famous than that, like Joe Rogan, or the most famous people like The Rock. Yeah. We're not anywhere near that. Like I just want to be as famous as like the city's defense, like the district attorney of the city. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be like a 2 or a 3 level of famous.
Yeah.
even if you're a 1, you can be famous enough in your city to where every restaurant, when you go there, the chef comes out to greet you.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to do. You can pick 2 restaurants, go there all the time, take a different beautiful girl that you're with, and then tell the chef, hey man, this food was incredible. Is there any way we can talk to the chef? And come introduce, every time we come out, you introduce the chef to like 4 or 5 beautiful women. Every time you show up, the chef comes out to greet you. I've done that.
Yeah.
Mastro's in Las Vegas. I did that at STK in Las Vegas. You come out there, chef greets you. It looks you like such a player.
Yeah.
And then you can get to the point where on social media, every girl in the city that's attractive, that's in the scene, has at least seen your face. That's like a 1.5 on the fame scale.
Yeah.
But now you're not even dating anymore. When I say you're not dating, I'm like, you don't have to ask girls on dates.
Yeah.
You literally just throw a party and every girl in the city shows up to your party.
Yeah.
That's not that hard to do.
Really
There's what I say, like lower middle class of fame. There's a mid-tier level of fame that is so easily accomplishable now with very little effort and very little money. But if you do have money, you can get there so quick.
Yeah.
Dude, I run ads, so I spend, however much a month on ads. And when I went to Ty Lopez's place, I couldn't walk 5 feet without somebody coming to take a picture with me.
Yeah.
And I was with these girls, and the girls were confused because they didn't know who I was. And I was like, fuck, we never run ads to women. We only run ads to men. Damn it, bro. Like,
I was going to say,
Yeah.
I used to run ads to women
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
When I was in Kiev, I spent like $25 a day
yeah,
just on ads.
yeah.
And it was so funny. I would write girls on Tinder, and they're like, "I've seen you before."
I don't know what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
I would see girls. I would have girls come to my parties. I would have girls come to a date with me, and they're like, "Somehow I know
Yeah, I
you,
knew
and
you
I
from
don't know
somewhere."
what. I recognize your face, and I wanted to come and meet you. And then when you DM me, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure, why not?" I used to do that, and I love what you said about this lower middle class of fame. That's where you have all the upsides of fame. You get
Yeah.
recognized. People are pretty warmed up to you,
Yes.
but none of the downsides.
I don't need security.
Exactly. You don't need security. You don't have people making hate videos on you or anything like that. You're just in the perfect sweet spot. And we have viral templates that we're giving our clients.
Yeah.
So here's 30 templates. Use those. These are your first 30 posts with extreme likelihood of you going viral. That's all you really need to do. And you get, like, even if you just get 5,000 views, people also, they get so confused nowadays. They're like, well, unless my video gets 5 million views, nobody cares.
Yeah.
5,000 people is a lot of
Yeah.
people. Go to visualizecrowds.com and have it show you 5,000 people.
Yeah.
In a single that's a lot of people that now know about your business, know about your coaching offer, know
Yeah.
about your fucking content. It's, again, attention is the number one currency. Gary Vee said that already 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Funny enough, Gary Vee's not even that relevant anymore, but damn, he was really fucking
Do